you will become more adept at getting on track with real confidence towards reaching your destination. You will also enhance your capacity for recovering from setbacks, transcending negative patterns, and transforming lessons from your past. Best to take creative control of your images, lest they get the best of you. Much of how we are and what we do is dictated by images of our mind. We tend to think, feel, and behave consistently with whatever self-image is most dominant at the time. We tend to recreate outer conditions to match our inner conditions. This explains how most lotto winners are in worse debt than ever within a year of their big win. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Albert Einstein. The advantage of practicing mental imagery is that it affords us the opportunity to practice that which we have little experience with. In doing so, we are actually boosting our inner repertoire, as the brain cannot tell the difference between what is perceived to be real or imagined, based on fMRI studies. Therefore, whatever you imagine registers as actual experience, and the information database of your reality. Of course, there are natural limitations, and this must be tested in real situations. So, if you would prefer to be more in control over your destiny and less victim to your unconscious fears, then you need to take better control over the images of your mind, such that rather than reacting to situations and events, you are in a stronger position of creating according to the script you'd prefer to operate from. Everything you can imagine is real. Pablo Picasso. Neuroscience has demonstrated that mental imagery is a far more powerful technique than standard cognitive behavioral techniques, CBT, that involve self-talk and affirmations. The reach of mental imagery extends far beyond words and is the major portal of your brain for transformation and quantum leaping. Technically, according to the science, applying mental imagery is virtually applied neuroplasticity. A guide to reading this book. As the purpose of this book is to provide a practical guide, it is organized into 3 parts to make it easy to follow and obtain the information you need. While there is logic and reason to the order in which the chapters appear, they don't have to be read in that order. And you don't have to read every chapter to benefit and maximize personal results. Many of you will find that some material suits your particular needs and aims better than others. You will, however, gain a better understanding of the mental imagery process, as well as best practice, by taking in all the information contained in this book. Each chapter is best understood in context of the whole. You might also notice a bit of repetition, as key points do bear repeating and integrating into other components of this book. And there's no telling whether you'll have missed it the first time round. There is also quite a bit of cross-referencing to indicate where similar information is covered within a different context. Part 1 is about building the case for practicing mental imagery by first explaining the concept of mental imagery and its relationship to other mental processes. This part then goes on to explain mental imagery within the context of positive psychology, a field that has exploded in the self-development arena. Finally, I have provided an overview of the scientific support of mental imagery for those interested in the evidence base for the practice. Part 2 provides guidelines for building a sound foundation for your mental imagery practice, beginning with goal setting that is essential for determining your best course, followed by plenty of general advice for optimizing your mental imagery practice and developing your imagery skill, and concluding with how to practice mental imagery in groups to gain synergistic value and benefit. Part 3 is the more practical section of the book and outlines specific mental imagery techniques and objectives, beginning with the best place to start by reconnecting to previous best experiences, then connecting with your potential, followed by how to undo old habits and hardwiring, emotional reactivity, to develop